Moten takes it from his 38. Hit and down immediately by Gary Hall. And it'll be first down and 10 for the Buccaneers at their own 48-yard line.
Line drive kick is usually when you see a good run back because it doesn't give the punt team much time to get down there and get under the ball and get down there on the receiver. But they did a fine job of bringing down Moten on that play.
So this is the best field position for the Buccaneers tonight. They trail 7-0.
Lawrence Robinson is in at quarterback.
That's an interesting move. We'll try to find out if there's something wrong with Sharon. Give, meanwhile, goes to Jones, cross the midfield stripe and down to the 48-yard line and pick up a 4.
A note on that, Coach Brown told me today he would like to get Robinson in for a few series tonight, but and he'd also like to see him get in on defense as well. He's been using Robinson on defense while Sharon has been starting at quarterback, and he said he might put him in at quarterback a couple times tonight.
Robinson, 6'1", 170-pound junior. Lazard and Bryant split to the left side. Bryant now goes slot left. 2nd and 7. Robinson on his horse. Gets across the 45 and down to the 43, so a pickup of 5, and it'll be 3rd down and 2.
That's something Coach Brown likes from Lawrence Robinson. It's a different dimension of quarterback is the speed he has, and they like to move the ball on the option and with roll-out passes with Robinson.
Third and a couple. The Buccaneers would like to keep things going here. They're in Dwardy territory at the Falcon 43. Sean Jones hitting the backfield and knocked down. A nice play by number 10, Randy Mora.
Nice play to come in there and get Sean Jones right away. Looked like Sean Jones was going to be able to step outside to get that first down, but it was an excellent play.
So on the 4th down, Thomas Mann again coming out to punt the football away. And it'll be Ray McGee to drop back for the punt reception. 8 minutes, 59 seconds remaining and counting here in the first half. The score, Dwardy 7, Bellflower nothing. Nick Roberts along with Mike Leake for American Cable Systems. Man from his 42. And it's a fake snap. This time it goes to Sin. Gets across the 50, across the 45, and down to the 43, back to the 3rd down line of scrimmage. And he'll be short by 1.5 yards. And so Bellflower will turn the football over to the Falcons at the Falcon 43.
We've seen that quite a few times from Bellflower this year. The fake punt, it worked 2 other times. Unfortunately, this time they didn't quite make it.
Usually they go with Mike Choi, but of course with Mike out for the year, it is show. I guess you would assume by that play that Paul Sin rather, will be the one getting a lot of the calls now. Fernandez sets his line, double tight ends. Fernandez gonna keep it. And he grits across midfield down to the 49-yard line. And he'll be just shy of the first down.
There you see what I was talking about. Number 16, Lawrence Robinson, playing on defense as well as at quarterback. A nice play by Thomas on that one, and with good help from Robinson.
8 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. 2nd down and 2 for the Falcons inside Bellflower territory. Shelton gets the first down, keeps going, and he drags number 88, Mike Rumbles of the Bellflower Bucks, across the 40-yard line. And a nice bit of second effort and hustle by Shelton.
Ladies and don't get confused, they didn't hand the ball off to a lineman. 55 is not usually a number you see for a running back, but he started out as a linebacker, showed some promise at the running back position, and so they moved him there and didn't change his number.
Shelton gets the first down, ball at the Buck 40. To give to Shelton, And again, he drags another Bellflower player. This time it's Lawrence Robinson. Looks like a truck out there. Shelton just going right at the heart of the Buccaneer line. And Robinson's coming off. He goes, hey, coach, we needed about 3 or 4 more guys in there.
Shelton, the big man, run over 2 people already. Oh, and also on that punt, he ran over Thomas Mann, but he got penalized for that one.
So another first down for the Falcons. The ball spotted at the 29 of Bellflower. Play action thrown over the middle, and is it intercepted? No. They're going to say Jim Comer trapped the football. The pass was intended for the tight end, Robles. And Comer very, very close. If he was about 2 yards closer to the football, he would have caught it.
Nice play. Duarte has been using effectively the fake handoff. And they've been doing it very well, confusing the linebackers and then throwing off of that.
Right now there is a timeout on the field taken by the Duarte Falcons with 6 minutes, 57 seconds left to go in the first half, and we'll step aside. The score, Duarte 7 and Bellflower nothing. Welcome back. Duarte on the move right now in Buccaneer territory at the Bellflower 30-yard line. 2nd down and 10 for the Falcons. Chris Shelton tonight, 2 carries so far, 21 yards. Now give it to Gary Hall. And he gets down for about a pickup of 6. I tell you, these Falcon runners, very impressive. They just don't come down very easily. You have to gang tackle these running backs.
They're both real big. Shelton is a big man, and number 5, Gary Hall, is another big man. And Bellflower players have been hitting him and then being dragged for 3 or 4 more yards before they can get help.
3rd down and 3. Hall, halfback option, has a man open, and it is incomplete. You see Robles back there along with Miguel Collins. Check it, Michael Collins. And check it, that's Philip Collins. They've got a couple different names down here. That is Philip Collins, number 3, 5'10", 160-pound junior. And it'll be 4th down and 3. And we'll wait and see what, I think Joe Ballard will probably go for it. And they'll take another timeout to talk things over, the Falcons, that is. Bellflower's defense, again, very impressive so far here in the first half. They've always done a good job in the first half. And, of course, last week, a big game because they played a complete game, shut down Brethren just about every way possible. Tonight, going against, I think, a little bit better offense, despite having a majority of juniors and sophomores on this ball club. JVs today defeated Duarte 36-0. Congratulations to them. Big victory for that ball club. And meanwhile, the freshmen still looking for the first win of the season. 6 minutes, 15 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. 7-0 Duarte. And again, time not back in motion. As Fernandez gets the signs from Joe Ballard on the sideline.
Bellflower has had the ball move downfield on them rather well.
Now there's an official's timeout, and I really do not know at this point what the problem is. There might be something wrong with the clock. We'll have to wait and see.
They're changing
Looks like some
a jersey.
equipment problems over on the Falcons sideline. They're working on one of their players, number 33.
I think,
Well, no, that's not.
it was 84, the center.
Collette.
He's playing center, and he had a receiver's number on. I think Bellflower may have made a beef about it, and they've forced him to change his jersey.
Where they're going to put on number 54, and that number is Chris Bromley's number. And so Colette, who is number 84 now, switches over to number 54. And the Buccaneer mascot just as confused as we are. Yeah, I'm not happy about it either. Okay, we're all set to go. 4th down and 4 for the Falcons. Gary Hall got the first down to the 15-yard line, and finally several Buccaneers over there to ride him out of bounds. Comer, Ross, Thompson, and Kevin Lazard.
There it is, the gang tackling again. That's the only way you can bring down these big, tough running backs from Duarte.
And that front line of the Falcons not as big as the defensive front line for Bellflower. Of course, with the exception of Leslie Strickland at 320 at 6'4". But nevertheless, 1st down and 10 Falcons at the Buccaneer 15. Give goes to Gary Hall, hurdles a man, crosses the 10 and inside to the 8-yard line. A pickup of 7, it'll be 2nd and 3.
Bellflower not seeming to get the penetration they were getting earlier into that front line of the Duarte Falcons.
Right now it seems as if the Falcons are really digging in for a real battle along the trenches, and are getting a good jump off the hike. They're giving Hall and Shelton lots of room to run. 2nd and 3, the ball at the Buccaneer 8. Handoff, Gary Hall. McPherson hits him. He bounces off Robert, gets inside the 5, and down to the 4-yard line. Mike Fernandez getting the signals in from Joe Ballard, their head coach, and also the athletic director of Duarte High. In his first year as this head man at Duarte, came over from Blair High School in Pasadena, California. They pick up the 1st down on the run by Hall. It's 1st and goal from the 4. Power I for the Falcons. Fernandez keeps it, and he's going to eat the football. Jim Comer, along with Robert McPherson, in there to make the stop.
Bellflower proving tough inside that 5-yard line with their goal line defense. Nice play by Comer coming up from the safety spot.
4 minutes, 43 seconds remaining in the first half. Bellflower already trailing 7-0. They'd sure like to keep this Falcon ball club out of the end zone here. 2nd and goal from the 5. Fernandez to pass in the end zone, caught, touchdown. Eric Stone, the 5'7", 140-pound sophomore, makes the reception, and it's 13-0 Duarte.
It's a nice play, a play-action pass, and number 80, Stone, was just sitting right there in the end zone. The ball fell into his, well, not fell into his hands. He caught a nice touchdown pass.
In to kick the extra point, Danny Ramirez.
No,
Mike
they're going
Fernandez
for 2.
No, they're going to go for 2. Give goes to Hall, and this time he's wrapped up. Comer making the stop. So the score 13-0, and we'll step aside. 4 minutes, 22 seconds remaining here in the first half. Power 13-0. They got their first score of the evening on the 63-yard run by Gary Hall, and now the 5-yard pass completion from Mike Fernandez, his fourth passing touchdown of the season, and he completed it to Eric Stone for the touchdown. Ramirez to kick off. Line drive. A mystery player for the Buccaneers, number 35, and that is Girio. And he gets out past the 30-yard line to the 34. So let's see, will we see Sharon? Yes, Robert Sharon comes back into the ball game after Robinson ran the team out in the last series.
That touchdown was after Bellflower tried for the fake punt and didn't make it, so that's the one time this year it's backfired. Other times the defense has managed to hold.
Robert Sharon at quarterback, Sean Jones at the running back.
Double tight end situation for the Bucks. Ross, slot left. Sean Jones gets to the outside. Tries to get around McGee, but he can, and he's brought down at the 48-yard line of Bellflower.
Sean Jones displaying a burst of his own speed there, makes a nice run and forces 4 tacklers to bring him down.
A pickup of 14 and a first down. Check it, a 15-yard pickup as he'll spot it at the 49-yard line of Bellflower. 3 minutes, 43 seconds left to go here in the first half, and Bellflower would like to put something up on the scoreboard, preferably a touchdown. Jones, again, the lone setback. Sharon calling the signals. Looking, pressured, and Shelton will bring him down back at the 41. Sharon never saw him. He was looking to his left, and he was looking deep to Billy Thomas, and Chris Shelton came in there from his left tackle position and brought down Robert Sharon for the 8-yard loss.
I'll tell you right now, Sharon's probably talking to his offensive line in that huddle right now. Hey, watch that 55 guy, 'cause that was a nice play by Shelton.
Second down and 16, the ball at the 43 of Bellflower. Give goes to Jones. Breaks a tackle at the 45, shoots across the 50 and down to the 47. 40. Number 44, Nathan Collins making a stop there. And now an official's timeout as one of the players, George Vargas, comes to the near sideline, and Robert McPherson will go in to play at the guard spot.
All the running backs tonight giving a good lesson to any defensive players out there that you need to wrap when you're making a tackle, otherwise they'll bounce off and gain more yardage. Coaches always preach that you need to not only get a good lick on them, but you need to grab on and wrap them real tight.
Second down, check it, third down and 7. Sharon getting the signal straight. Now sets his line. 40 again showing blitz. Sean Jones gets down to the 45 and no more, pick up a 2, and it'll be 4th down and 4 for the Buccaneers. And with 2 minutes, 13 seconds left to go in the first half, it'll be almost a certainty that Dave Brown will go for it here on 4th down.
Yes.
Ball club down 13-0, and they would really need something on the scoreboard as sort of a momentum lifter as they go into half. So a big play for the Bucks. 4th down and 4. Sharon, incomplete and a penalty flag. The pass intended for Sean Thompson.
There is a penalty flag on the play.
Flag throw down in Dwarty territory at about the 33-yard line. The officials talking it over at the 45.
Maybe holding, maybe that's why Sean Thompson wasn't where the ball was. Looks like the referee signaled a holding to his partner.
And that's the call. Very good. So that'll give the Buccaneers the first down. That's a big penalty. Takes it down to the 35. First down and 10 Bellflower at the Falcon 35-yard line with 1 minute and 34 seconds left to go here in the first half. Jones again, the lone setback. Jones across the 30 down to the 27-yard line. Time running 1:23, 1:22. Sharon in the 2-minute offense, hurrying things up. .109 and counting. Sharon trying to get the offense moving. They trail 13-0. Looking, throws, and it's almost intercepted. The only man in that area was Billy Thomas. Instead, it was almost picked off by Ray McGee, number 4. Don't know if Sharon was just throwing that one away, or maybe Thomas was supposed to cut to his right and he just didn't and missed a sign.
Well, it stops the clock. Gives them time to regroup and call another play.
58 seconds. Lazard and Sinton Ross split to the left side. .58 seconds left to go, first half. Sharon in trouble, and Shelton again brings them down at the 39-yard line. Chris Shelton, boy, he has been playing a great first half, blitzing, and has really been giving Robert Sharon and that offensive line of Bellflower all they can handle.
And that play probably takes Bellflower any chance to score before the half, because there's only 40 seconds left and they've got quite a bit more to go.
So the ball down at the 38-yard line. 40 seconds left to go in the first half. 13-0 Dwarty, and it'll be 4th down and 13 from the Dwarty 38. Some of the fans a little concerned. The Buccaneers looking for their 2nd straight win of the season. Of course, next week they're going to get ready to take on the La Mirada Matadors here at Buck Stadium, and of course we'll be bringing you that one. It's homecoming. It'll be a big game, and it should have a pretty good sized crowd on hand. But tonight the focus on the Falcons of Dwarty, and tell you, Joe Ballard's ball club is hungry. They're looking for that first win of the year. They've had a tough preseason. I mean, let's not think that this is a real bad 0-4 ball club. They have played Daniel Murphy, they played Monrovia, they played Santa Fe, and last week they got a little taste of the Suburban League taking on Glenn. It has not been an easy road for the Falcons. 4th down, 13, 40 seconds left to go, first half. Sharon in trouble, going long, and it is incomplete. The man that was down there was wide open at the 5-yard line with Sinton Ross. Sharon had a tough time. He had to roll to his left, throw it with his right arm, and he just didn't get it down there far enough. And instead of it almost being picked off, it'll be the Falcons football nonetheless. 33 seconds left in the first half, and probably Fernandez and his teammates will just elect just to down the football and run out the clock.
Sharon has had continued pressure on him every time he tries to throw, despite Bellflower's attempts to give him more room by rolling out.
Ramirez and Hall back there in the eye. Fernandez decides to go upstairs. He's going to be pressured and sacked. Back at the 33-yard line, Lucero really fired up. One of the fearsome Forsythes in there, along with Thomas Mann. He really played a good ball game last week against Brethren. Lucero, that is. 5'10", 205-pound junior. And now a timeout taken on the field. We'll step aside. 15 seconds remaining in the first half. The score, Dwarty 13 and Bellflower nothing. During the Buccaneer sideline, trailing 13-0, but still a second half yet to be played. And tell you, the way the Buccaneers played last week, Dwarty better not think for a second that it's going to be a roll. Right now the Falcons have the football at their own 33-yard line with 15 seconds remaining here in the first half. And their offense been moving the ball nice and steady. They haven't gone to the air too often. That running game has sure been helping them. Pitch to Hall. They're going to run the reverse.
Triple
Here comes Collins. And now a flea flicker. Fernandez going deep, and it is almost intercepted. Billy Thomas back there defensively, covering David Robles. Right there, Thomas showing why he made the Mad Dog Club last week.
That was a tough play. It's designed to confuse the cornerback, but Thomas stayed right with him and made a nice play. Triple reverse, toss it back to the quarterback, throw it long. Have you seen any plays that wild before? I mean, with that many tosses, and you're in real fumble territory.
Depends upon what you mean by wild. 4 seconds remaining in the half. Fumbles the football. The clock has expired. It scares just about everyone in the area. So the first half of action is history. It has been all Dwarty, but a second half remains to be played. We're going to step aside. We'll have some halftime entertainment coming up with the opening kickoff here to begin the second quarter, as the Falcons get their final instructions from head coach Joe Ballard. Danny Ramirez will be kicking off for the Falcons, who lead 13-0 here in the ball game. They opened up with a big score in the first half on a 67-yard run by Gary Hall, and then in the second quarter it was a pass play 5 yards from the quarterback Mike Fernandez to Eric Stone. The extra point was missing. That's where we stand, 13-0, Dwarty on top. Lazard and Ross standing back at about their own 12-yard line. Ramirez waiting for the signal from the referees. He gets it, and here we go. Low squibbler, and a roll out of bounds, and so the Falcons will have to kick it over again.
You have to wonder if this is a Dwarty plan to keep the ball out of the hands of Centon Russ, who came up with that long kickoff return last week.
I tell you, he really electrified everyone here, and that would be the last thing that the Falcons would like to see. They'd like to put Bellflower deep in their own territory, keep them there, and try to get another score on the board. And as for Dave Brown and his ball club, of course, he'd like to get a nice run back, preferably a touchdown, of course, but start in good field position to begin the third quarter of play.
And it looks like they're going to re-kick it. There's a legal procedure call. Also, another thing, if Bellflower can, they'd like to use the ground game to take a lot of time off the clock. Their defense has been on the field a long time tonight. They'd like to put a little pressure on the Dwarty defense and take some time off the clock, keep the ball out of the Dwarty offensive hands.
Defense would certainly like to see a couple of nice long drives, say for about 80 yards, taking up about 4 or 5 minutes. And of course, last week they did just that. They played very well last week. And they're looking to repeat tonight. Again, Ramirez getting ready to kick off and just waiting for the okay.
Official talking to Coach Brown. They're trying to clarify something here. We're not exactly sure what.
Yeah, that's the station. My name's Dr. Coronado. Oh, my name's Coronado.
Doesn't seem too pleased.
Looks like maybe he just wanted to get his facts straight. I'm not sure. Maybe he wanted to decline the penalty.
Well, the referee blows his whistle. We're set to go once again. Ramirez keeps it on the ground.
88, Mike Rumbles.
Rumbles takes it, and very good field position for the Buccaneers to start the second half of play. It'll be first down and 10 from their own 48-yard line. For the Buccaneers, it'll be Robert Sharon at quarterback. The backfield of Paulson and Sean Jones. The receivers, Lazard and Thomas, and the front line of Thompson, Bonner, Vargas, Carr, Holman, and Harding. First down and 10 Buccaneers, spotted at the 47-yard line of Bellflower.